a beautiful day here in Suspecious, about 50 degrees. It has been a very cold week though. In the morning, this morning, it was about 20 degrees. So I was really worried about the bees because I had not set anything up for them for a windbreak or any sort of insulation whatsoever. So when we got here, that was the task for today, is to get them set up. What we did is we have some tar paper that we wrapped around for kind of a windbreak, but it'll also give them a little bit of warmth, maybe on a day like today where it's just 50, but it's beautiful and sunny. And then you'll see the green, that's insulation, but I'm not really using it for insulation. It is actually a windbreak. We do have winds that come from the meadow up the mountain, so I just wanted to give them a little bit of a break from that because it can be pretty fierce, especially when it gets really cold. So that was one of the things that we wanted to do, but then notice that there was what looked like syrup at the entrance of the hives. And not only that, there were dead bees in the syrup. So that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I didn't see any activity early this morning, and I used a stick to see, to kind of pull some out to see how many there were, like if it was like clogged or what. There didn't seem to be a lot of them, but there was a sticky syrup. And I came out here and I cleaned up the syrup that I could find from the front, but then when I looked like 5 minutes later, there'd be syrup again. So I think what is happening is the sugar water that's on the top is seeping down and pooling. That was the idea. So what we did to kind of see where that went is Bill helped me, and what he did is he picked up the hive. I took the bottom out, and under all 3 hives there were dead bees. Not a ton, so there could have definitely been more, but what I did is I emptied those out. I cleaned the bottom quite a bit, made sure that there wasn't any more of the sticky syrup on there. We put it back underneath. I looked at the feeding tray at the top, and if they had any syrup, I just took it out. So there are other sources for them to get water. We were thinking that the syrup would be a good resource for them, but it's not going to be a great resource for them if it's pooling and they're getting stuck in it and they're dying. That is what we did today. They seem a lot happier now. I will show you. Okay, so here is the setup. You'll see the tar paper and then the insulation. And I have bungee cords just to hold it on there. It doesn't need to be super tight because, it's really not insulating or anything. It's mostly a windbreak is basically what it is. And you will see that they are very active. Like I said, when I came out here earlier and it was the same temperature and everything, they were barely doing anything at all. Liberty had a lot of activity, so I was a little bit concerned about that, but it really wasn't anything, so they are much happier now. So that's it for today. I normally would not get into the hives at all. I didn't really go into the hives to do any inspections. When I looked at the syrup water, I picked them up and you can see bees underneath. So they all have bees. They all look happy. So that's all I'm going to do for now. And unless there seems to be something wrong, I will probably not be getting into them very often until very, very early spring, maybe a little in February, maybe, depending, to do inspections. But right now I'm happy with how they are, and we just cross our fingers that they make it through the winter, and we do everything that we can to help them along. So thank you for joining me as I went into the hive. See you soon.